What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? I'm Scrappy Jackson, and this is The Come Up. I'm so excited about The Come Up. We do this every week on a video podcast with content with teeth. We celebrate entrepreneurs, unconventional entrepreneurs, like DJ PATPAT, my girl, representing hard for Naples. What's up, girlfriend?
Yo, Scrappy, what's poppin'?
It's awesome to see you. You're definitely unconventional when it comes to an entrepreneur, that's for sure.
Oh, man, I love the entrepreneur world. I really, truly do.
So tell us about it. You started off as a teenager?
I started off real young at 14 years old, man, just working with my parents at the restaurant. Back in the day, it was actually like a Spanish grocery store, and I used to handle money and stuff like that.
Okay, and how did it progress from there?
Well, from there, by the time I was 16, I started actually DJing, and I started my little entertainment company, and I started doing private parties and events, and I just basically been in the whole restaurant entertainment world for almost 24 years now.
Yeah, I mean, you're a staple in Naples, whether it's DJing on a radio station, doing it at the club, doing a quinceañeras. I mean, forget about it. You're all over nightclubs. I mean, all over the place. But your core business is definitely weddings. Tell us about that.
Yes. So the wedding industry is pretty big here in Florida. You know, we are a destination hotspot for weddings. A lot of our weddings are ceremonies on the beach, you know, and then the receptions and cocktails are at a country club or at a hotel or resort. And it's just a really popular industry, and everybody's just getting married these days. I mean, a lot of young people are starting to get married too at 22, 23 years old.
You've been at this for 24 years in the wedding business as a DJ. How much of it is fun versus business at this point in your career?
That's a great question. So I still love, obviously, what I do. I don't get bored of it. It's my passion. And I don't think I'm ever going to say, oh, I'm just doing this to do this. You know what I mean? My goal is to hang up the gloves at about 56, because that is going to be 40 years of doing this. And I want to be able to say I was a DJ for 40 years.
Well, you can hang up your hat. You still have like 5 or 6 DJs working for you, right?
Yeah, no, I will. I will have the team, out in the field working it while I work it behind the scenes. But I don't want to be, like that, let's say 56-year-old, 60-year-old DJ. I don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People, that are booking in their 20s and 30s, they're probably going to look at it like, I don't want this 60-year-old,
right.
They're going to want somebody younger. And I get it, because if it was my wedding, I would probably want the same thing, even though this 60-year-old guy has been doing it for 50 years. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Times kind of change, and,
Absolutely.
Your style kind of changes a little bit too. And it's not going to be my thing.
So you can be the Mac in the back.
Correct.
Your DJs can be the chump in the front.
You got it.
How do you market your business these days?
I use Wedding Wire. I use their sister company called The Knot. I attend bridal shows. I do Google AdWords, a lot of word of mouth, referrals.
Well, that's what I was curious about, because you're so popular, you're so prevalent in the community. Do you have to market yourself outside of just referrals, because you're pretty much the known quantity in Naples?
When it comes to the wedding industry, I'm always going to advertise, on wedding websites, because clients are going to go there first and say, oh, where can I find my florist if they don't know a florist? Or where can I find my video guy if I don't know a video guy? So you become the first reference for them. So it's really good to do that. I also am a preferred vendor at a lot of venues. So I make a relationship with the facility. I show that, hey, I'm a pro, I know what I'm doing, and they like what I do, so I get added to their list.
You're such a professional, and there's so many things you have to worry about. Being responsible, customer service, taking care of your employees. How do you keep it all together?
Great question. So I put everything on my calendar. Like, for example, on our iPhones, we have iCal or whatever. And I put on there, I have to call so-and-so at certain time, or I'm meeting. So I make a to-do list on my calendar, and I follow that daily, and I write things down, and I try to be one to respond back to emails in less than 24 hours. So I'm very organized when it comes to writing everything down and putting it in my to-do list.
I think it's amazing how you delegate too. I mean, you're definitely the jefe, but you have a great ability to empower the people that work around you to do their job and do it responsibly.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a lot of hard work. It really is.
How do you choose your people?
Well, I meet them, I interview them, I check out, their experience. Are they, are they put together? I want to see your system, how it looks when you're out, in a field. If I see you're not like how I'm set up, well, I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks and have you get the things that you need so you can follow my brand. And that's pretty much how I do it with my team. And, once they see it, they're like, oh man, thanks for, telling me to do this, or put a speaker skirt over my stand, just to keep things neater. So that's pretty much how I do it with my guys.
But you don't lose any sleep because, the customers are very, 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 very demanding in your business. The brides want it perfect. I disc jockeyed just a couple of them, and I was overwhelmed by the demands. How do you keep it all intact?
So I give my clients what's called a 12-page wedding planner. And that's what keeps them organized and me knowing what they want me to do, right? Or my team. So it's basically fill in the blanks. Every question that I have for them will be on those 12 pages. And it's a great guide and a reference on how your day is going to go from start to end. And then once I get that back after it's been filled out, at least 2 weeks before their wedding day, I'll call them in the evening time when they're both home, and we can all discuss, like me, the bride and the groom, and we can discuss that paperwork, draw up our timeline. And then once that's done, then I get with my team, tell them what the dealio is. I'll put it all together. I'll provide them with any extra equipment we need. I'll provide them with any lighting, any extra enhancements. If we need assistance, with an assistant to help the DJ. And that's where I come in and, organize everything. We create a timeline and provide any additional things that are needed. Interesting.
I didn't realize you're that organized.
Yes, Scrappy.
Because I think of DJ PATPAT, I'm thinking, wicked.
No, see, I think, I found a DJ for $500. I'm like, well, you're going to get what you pay for, or I'm going to get that call the DJ just canceled on me last minute,
I'm so glad you said that, because that was my next question. You're an elite wedding service, but there's so many up-and-comers that try to undercut you. How do you deal with that?
So I don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff anymore. Like you said, I have 24 years of experience under my belt. I have over 1,500 weddings that I've either DJ'd or produced with my team. Like, I have more than enough experience for some Joe Schmo to come in and say, well, I'm half the price. So does Joe Schmo provide you with a planner? Does Joe Schmo provide you with 2 people at your wedding day? Does Joe Schmo provide you with uplights or these enhancements or a photo booth or, planning a timeline? And a lot of times they'll be like, oh, no, he didn't mention that. Or, well, then how do you know what you're going to do? So a lot of those guys that are cheap, I have to say they're more of a nightclub type DJ, a bar type DJ, and a nightclub bar DJ that is not a mobile DJ does not understand how a wedding should flow. They just don't.
I've witnessed you in action, and you're so polished. Your organization is so polished. That's a reflection of you. It's personification. DJ PATPAT is organized and polished and customer service driven. You do an amazing job, and it really shows over time.
Thank you, Scrappy. Thank you, man. I've nobody taught me this. This was all self-taught, just watching and seeing and learning and going through, bumpy road, bumpy things on the road, and having to pick myself back up. And you know what? I'm not going to do it like this anymore. I'm going to change it. I'm going to do it like this now. And it just, what I do now works for me. And I tell anybody new that comes works with me, I'm like, hey, man. Like, great example, last Saturday, had a new guy training, being my assistant at an event. He did a fantastic job. He's a little DJ, like bedroom DJ for his friends and stuff. Great attitude. He's a business owner. He's available on the weekends. Polished dude. Great day with him. I was like, wow, you're really into this. He's like, yeah, man. He goes, and I just learned some things from you today. I didn't know you did this like this, or you did this like that.
Cool. You want to hear that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I told him, I said, hey, when you do next Saturday with me, I said, you're going to notice that this becomes repetitive. It's the same sound system. It's the same setup. We might just include a couple little things or tweak a couple little things out, but it literally just becomes a repetitive thing every week where it should just be flawless.
Best man speech. What's the worst one you've ever heard?
A few years back, This guy starts with, I'm not going to say a few things that's happened with us in the past, but I am going to mention this. And he talks about, he starts talking about the groom's ex-girlfriend and how him and the groom had a great time with her one night. And I was like, oh my goodness, why do we even bring this subject up? Like, I don't know what happened that day after all that. I was so embarrassed. I myself just listening to this and knowing that I have control of this guy's microphone. I mean, this guy was pretty much saying that him and the groom, you know, had a great time with his ex-girlfriend, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. As accomplished as you are, what advice do you give young entrepreneurs?
Hard work, a lot of late nights, a lot of failure, a lot of patience. And you really have to put a lot of passion and perseverance into what you do, because I feel like that is what equals success.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And another piece of advice, Pat, give yourself advice to your 20-year-old self.
My 20-year-old self, huh? I wish that I wouldn't have thrown away a lot of money in my 20s.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's personal. How about from a business tip?
Business tip. When you're young, start investing in yourself. Okay. So if you want to start a business, start buying what you need little by little. You know, open up that name, get that logo, like the little things that you got to start with, like invest in yourself. Because when you invest in yourself, that's when you're starting to invest in your company, in your future, in your business, you know, and how to pick up and start doing it on your own. So always invest in yourself and in your venture, what you want to do.
DJ PATPAT is an iconic brand in Naples, that's for sure.
Thank you, Scrappy. Thank you.
So you want to shout out your business, and, you know, this is an opportunity for you to market yourself.
Yeah, sure. So my entertainment company, you can find us on the internet at hpsentertainment.com and anything social media at HPS Entertainment.
And you have robots too. What services do you offer? I know you have lighting, you have robots. What else?
So we do DJ services, we do photo booth, we do rentals with a slingshot for people's photos. We do up lighting, dance floor lighting. I have an in-house hair and makeup artist who is my wife. I also have an in-house videographer for videography needs. So yeah, we try to do a little one-stop shop, so that way we can help, you know, a lot of the burden of your event all in one place.
Content with Teeth, young entrepreneurs on the come up, doing big things. You can see this logo behind me, this fat head, this big bulldog, contentwithteeth.com. Check him out, a creative content agency. Pat, I got nothing but love for you, baby.
Scrappy, you know I got nothing but love for you too, homie.